This hip-hop quotable is lyrically floatable. I want you to know that I'm ready for the dough.
There we go.
I'm so sorry, you're basic like Atari. I'm PS3 when it comes to spitting poetry. I flow heavenly, straight up born in the 70s. That's right, I gotta blaze the trail. I don't want you to know you cats are born to fail. And I'm over here just spitting in detail. The graphics that come from the throat. Don't you know lyrically, you need to hear a quote. This hip-hop quotable is lyrically floatable. I want you to know that I'm ready for the dough. It's time for you to see how it's gonna be. Nobody on the planet can mess with the E. Rhyme, baby, I just rhyme all day. That's why I'm giving you the real poetry. I'm sorry. So sorry. So sorry. So sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. It ain't my fault. I'm sorry. So sorry. Lyrically hard to earn, got money to burn, and I want you to know, pay respect to the earned. I'm a man guru, you know how we do. I'm gonna spit hip-hop to honor you. I love what I do, and I love all these rhymes. You break them down, but you cats don't see how it used to be in the 80s and the 90s. We used to flow naturally, but when I see a drum cats will break bones. Don't you understand? I'm gonna make your phone home, but I'm ET, and this is how it be. So maybe electrocution is what.
Oh, some technical difficulties there. What's up, y'all? Big E Astrology. It's Eric Taylor. Finishing up my tea. Had to wolf down some dinner. Oh, my wife made some gush. You don't even understand what it's like being married to a Taurus rising. You just, I can't stress it enough. How amazing. How we doing? Okay. Can you guys close my door for me? But yeah, it's episode 179. Knowledge is love. Flying like a dove. All right. Mercury retrograde in the hizzy. And so what we're talking about is Mercury and Capricorn retrograding back to Mercury and Sagittarius. Goes from December 13th to January 1st. And it enters early in the morning, December 23rd, back into Sagittarius. Okay. How you guys doing? Anybody live? Comment in the chat, say what's up. So this is going to be an interesting time, We're going to talk about it. I'll, kind of wait for the room to warm up and some people, come in. I think I'm live. Am I live in Memorex? Memorex. Yeah. So right now, it's a Cancer rising, and the moon is in Aries. Okay, so we got the Aries moon at 0 degrees, about to be 1 degree in the 10th house. And as we're doing this live in Memorex, it's a Cancer ascendant. So we'll wait, see if some people come in the chat. I am on live, correct? Yeah, it says live. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Just want to, 4 people. Okay. Just wanted to wait. And, but you guys say hello, you over there watching quietly, you can say what's up. And, the Aries moon for the next 2.5 days, right? So a little bit un poquito tonight. And then what's tomorrow? Wednesday, miércoles, and Thursday. Okay. So as you're getting up Friday morning, probably like 2 a.m. it will enter into Taurus. And just so you know, we're gonna have a Gemini moon Christmas Day. All right, so the moon will then finish up and Then the 26th, hopefully you guys watch my video and enjoy it. The Cancer full moon is on December 26th. So right after Christmas. So I'm going to talk about this Mercury retrograde energy. You guys can ask questions. Let me know if you have the Mercury and Capricorn, like I think J. Cole and Billie Eilish and some other folks. When Mercury is in Capricorn, and the retrograde did start the 13th. And I even saw it. My mother-in-law's back. She loved to trip in Egypt. It should probably come on another time. But she got delayed at the airport. Actually, she missed her flight. But she had a friend that she had, when she met when she was traveling, who didn't get home back to St. Louis from Egypt until Monday because she was so delayed. So, but those are the things that can happen with Mercury retrograde. We can have sort of those delays. Mercury, when it goes retrograde, remember, it's optical illusion. It appears, it's not actually going backward, okay? But what the energy is asking us to do is to be more introspective, and wifey's here, to be more introspective, to analyze and assess things. So while it's in Capricorn to the 22nd, before it goes to Sagittarius on the 23rd, you're focusing on your goals, your status, your success, your achievements, the hard work, right? You want to analyze and assess what you're building, what your plans are, being disciplined, organized, and structured. Kind of like a Saturn energy, but that's what happens when Mercury's in Capricorn, and you have to understand that you're going to have to kind of revisit maybe the business plan, revisit some of the structures or systems that you have in place. And the house that you have your Capricorn in will indicate sort of the themes of life that you should be focused on. If it's the first house, right, it's, analyzing, assessing your kind of vitality, your outer mass, your physical appearance, the energy that you share, your auric field with other people, right? And, second house, it could be about the food you're eating, your money, how you're earning money, even some of the material items, right? When Mercury's in retrograde, especially during this holiday season, this could be a good time to recycle some things, right? Donate or give away or sometimes throw away some of your clothing or things that you have. And maybe even checking on, fire alarm, smoke alarm, right? Different things that deal with structures, things that are around the house that keep things running, organized, right? Make sure you check on your refrigerator, oil in the car, snow tires if you live in the cold and stuff. Hey, how you doing? Right?
Beer
Stuff like that.
hustler.
What's up, beer hustler? Every day I'm hustling. I think you still owe me an email. I sent something back to you, but I hope you're doing well and maybe you're done with all your holiday shopping. We are not. We're still trying to figure out all the different things. We got a couple things for the boys, but you got 4 sons and they're just interesting human beings. We're trying to, figure things out, but we're also trying to do things where it's more about getting out as a family, doing some experiences. So it should be kind of, fun. And, just bringing our older son home for the holidays is pretty expensive ticket. So it's a gift in itself right there. And what's going to happen? And Ear Hustler, where's your Mercury or what house is your Capricorn? What's going to happen though? Right now, the Mercury is in a trine to Jupiter. They're both retrograde. So there's this energy going on in the collective about analyzing and assessing your material items, getting grounded in nature, your 5 senses. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn are all about the physical body and bringing material items and things and structures into physical reality. Okay. And so remember, Capricorn is the cardinal earth sign. So it's the sea goat climbing up the mountain of success, achievement, building things. But Capricorns, stereotypically, definitely hard workers. I haven't met a Capricorn sun moon that, I can't say with the rising, but sun moon that doesn't work crazy hard. Okay.
So Yvette T. Waters.
Hey, Yvette T. or Yvonne?
Yvette.
Oh, Yvette. Okay.
Yes. So
Hey.
she said, thank you. She's grateful for your engaging and insightful astrological interpretations. That's so cool, right?
Yeah.
Thank you,
No,
Yvette.
she's going to be a new client getting a birth chart in January. So I'm very excited, Yvette. I look forward to meeting you. And make sure you send me the questions and the birth chizzy info so I can bring up your chart. Because then once I bring up the chart, then I have more questions for the client before we meet. Because as soon as you bring up the chart, then I look at the Chiron wound, a couple of different things, and I'm like, oh, boom, 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 boom. And then I, ask. So before we have our session in January, when, with this trine to Jupiter, another thing that you can focus on, and I was talking about grounding in nature. I know it's brick cold over here. We've been having a heat wave in Arizona. It was like, well, today it was like only 72, but the other day was 75 degrees. We're talking about the middle of December, good people. It's hot, even for the west side. But also remember, Jupiter is biology and finance. So this is a time to analyze and assess what you're eating, right? And wifey's been doing a lot of research and taking good care of me, looking at the mucus-free diet, trying to really eliminate mucus from the body. We get a lot of mucus from the foods that we eat, and that messes up the lymphatic system, the bones, the joints, all of it. You got to take care of your temple. You are what you eat. All right. So be wise, be smart, be careful. Yvette, what's your Mercury? And if you want, you could share your big three on here. This is your first time coming live. And you guys can let me know where the Capricorn is in your chart. Because after the Capricorn, it goes to Sagittarius, December 23rd.
We also have Elena Giles.
Hey, Elena Giles. You've
Or
been
is
here.
it Giles?
Giles.
She has a moon, Capricorn moon.
Capricorn
in her
moon in the
sixth
house.
house.
Okay. I understand you. I'm a Capricorn moon in the third house. So, Elena, I hope I hear from you for the Capricorn birth chart sales starting December 21st to January 20th. But right now, all my sales are kind of being trumped by my holiday sale. Okay. So, the sales you can't book on the website. So, just email me directly at biggieastrology@gmail.com. The happy holiday sale, audio birth charts, normally 89 down to 70. MP3, audio recording, videos of planetary placements, live over Zoom. You get to ask live questions. Normally $125. Holiday sale to January 1st, $99. Okay. And the third option, I really wanted to do that because I'm really proud of this service. It's my moon tracking service. It's $134. But if you book it, you also get a free audio transit recording of your current and future transits. That's worth $44. So that's a nice little free gift if you book the moon tracking. And you want to book the moon tracking because we go through the entire birth chart and I break down and explain how the moon in transit will affect each sign in each house. It spends 2.5 days in each sign and house. And so the aspects of the planets, this is about a 65-minute, you get, the recording, live questions, and you're going to get videos of the moon in all 12 houses and in all 12 signs. It's a really great service. It's great for women, helping you to understand the menstrual cycle, but it's good for men too. It's good for all humans because the moon, right? Your emotions, your emotional mind reactions, your body, your health, your family, your intuition. We break it all down like however you want in this chart reading. So if you book that, you get a free transit and you can gift it to somebody. You know what I mean? And also a lot of people have been booking the birth chart sales for friends, families, siblings, children. If you're a parent, getting a natal birth chart reading for your kids, it's optimum premium numero uno because you really get to see how your children perceive and see you. Okay. And you understand how to help them with their education, some of the pitfalls that could come up, some of the bad friends. Like it's really, really informative. When you understand, like my kids, I've got a Virgo moon, a Gemini moon, and Scorpio moon for my kids. So like I understand like how they emotionally work, some of their different needs, because they're all different human beings. It's really helpful. So, okay, I see we got
That's all. We have a very quiet night.
That's okay. So when it goes to Sagittarius on December 23rd, and I was looking at the chart because I wanted to let you guys know, right? I told you the Gemini moon for Christmas. Well, from the 23rd to about the 27th, you got to be really careful. Mercury will be conjunct Mars and squaring Neptune. Okay. Tough energy. So this is where, remember, Mercury's what? In Sagittarius, debilitated. Mercury's at home in Gemini and Virgo, also exalted in Virgo. Pisces and Sag is debilitated. Not a death sentence, okay? She's got Pisces Mercury. It makes her extremely creative, imaginative. The way she visualizes things and like can work graphics and pictures and concepts, designed all her packaging for her business, it's off the charts. Like I can't do that. My Mercury's in Virgo. I'm more analytical and logical. Mercury in Pisces is more intuitive and creative. Okay. But it's just a different energy. So in Sag, it can get a little blunt and arrogant. Can be a great storyteller, exaggerator. Sagittarius energy exaggerates. It's pretty blunt, but it's very optimistic. But when you're having it conjunct to Mars and then squaring Neptune, this is where we can get into over the holidays. You don't want to have a fight at Christmas dinner, arguing and talking about wars and occupations and religion and beliefs and this and that. I mean, it could get hot in here because Mercury and Mars they're not friends. So when you get that conjunctions are not always good and they're not always bad. It just depends on the planets. And you want the conjunction to be between 0 and 10 degrees. I do same sign, same house. I don't like out of sign, out of house conjunctions. I don't believe in that. You're not going to feel the energy. The energy shifts when it's in a different house. And I'm a Western tropical astrologer. I use the whole sign system. I believe it's more ancient and more accurate. And even the astrologers that use Placidus, when they have to go to timing techniques, they have to use the whole sign system. Okay. And, Project Hindsight, when they found all the old books in Kemet and Babylonia, freaking everywhere, they were using the whole sign system. Okay. So just because something's new doesn't mean it's better. So I did my chart in Placidus and then I did it in whole sign. Way better in whole sign. Okay. I mean, for me personally, but everybody's different. But if you work with me, it's not that I cannot do Placidus, but you got to be open to, doing the whole sign system because that's how I work and it will blow your mind. Okay. So the square to Neptune, though, when you have Mercury and Mars squaring Neptune, this is where you have the miscommunications, you have the illusions, the fog, the deception. Things that you think were spoken can be not heard. Things that you say can be misinterpreted, right? So this is all a recipe for like an explosive hotcake. Hotcakes on a platter, hotcakes on a platter, If you know, you know. Great movie. Love should have brought you home last night. I love Boomerang. So good. But you remember Q-Tip in the video? He was wearing a mask because he just got jumped by the cats that used to hang out with Rex and Effects. So that's why Q-Tip was wearing a mask in the video. Where you at? Dun, dun. Hot sex on a platter, boom, boom. A little hip hop history, you know what I'm saying? And so when this Mercury, stations back direct, it's going to go all the way to 22 degrees on January 1st, right? So that means New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, this Mercury will be in a trine to the Aries North Node. Oh, beautiful energy for you to move forward into the universal 8 year of 2024 and start manifesting the bag. Get the dough with the flow, baby bro. Okay? Yeah. And it's what? Through your beliefs, philosophies, through expansion of the mind, zooming out and see the big picture, and then being assertive and initiating and just go getting it. No stopping at the word no. And that's the energy of the year too. Okay. Universal 8 year, the one thing I have to tell you, I spoke about it in my 12/12 portal event with wifey, and it was amazing. She was great. But understand, instant karma. That's what the 8 is. It's power, it's money, it's manifesting. 8, but 8 is also, right? As within, so without, and as above, so below.
So Ear Hustler just says that Placidus is confusing.
Yeah, I would agree. It's not, because the time you were born sets up the ascendant, and so that's the start of the first house. But it is confusing, right? Let's say I'm a Scorpio rising, and on Placidus, it was putting my Jupiter and Venus in the 12th house. And so it was giving me a 12th house and a first house of Scorpio. And so, yeah, that is confusing. And then if you have interceptions, right, it took away my Leo Aquarius. But you just can't take away Leo and Aquarius. You could have like Vesta or Goddess of Harvest there, or, and it's saying, oh, you can't access the energy. We have all 12 houses and signs influence us, even if your house is bare, butt naked, nothing in it. Right? Like trying to think, do I have an empty house? Well, yeah, I guess my 4th house Aquarius is empty. I don't have an asteroid in there. I got Nathan. But I can tell you through transits, when it affects and it's in Aquarius, I feel it in the house. Here's an example. Saturn hit the 4th house. Those 2.5 years, quite literally, I lost my mother. Saturn Aquarius. That's an indicator of that in transit. I'm not saying that happens to everybody at every time, but it did happen to me. But we had water leaks in our home.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, right?
It was really, really wild. We just had like a piece of just like drop, poop, like, from the roof. So we had to get the roof redone and all that. But so those are examples. So you can see, even if you have nothing in a house, when a planet moves there in transit, oh, it can be really bigly, muy importante. So any questions about the Mercury retrograde and just like kind of like how it behaves in Cap or Sag, or you guys want to share any of your houses that you have that in? I'm here for it. And the Cap Moon, who was it that had the Cap Moon again?
That was
the new one.
That was Elena Giles or Giles.
Yeah, Giles. Elena Giles in the house. You've been here before, right, Elena?
Wrong, please let us know.
Yeah, but the Cap Moon in the 6th house. Okay, so that means you are the Leo rising, Capricorn 6th house, right? Cap Moon. So you got to watch out for the eczema. So you definitely want to get some of her products. Okay, some really good chemical-free, organic, vegan body oil, deodorant, stuff like that, right? So eczema, issues with your fingernails, your knees, and some of the bones. Okay, and the teeth. Cap Moon, 6th house, got to watch out for the teeth. Okay. So, just a little insight with that. But also, you guys, really get ready in terms of all the things that are up for this year. I'm going to try to break down every ascendant for 2024. I'm going to start working on that maybe tomorrow. I'm just so busy with clients. But I was going to do one long video, but it's just like too much. So I'm going to do little smaller snippet videos, hopefully, 8 to 12 minutes of each ascendant, breaking down the energy of the year.
So Ear Hustlers are rising at 22, Sagittarius.
Oh, Ear Hustler, Sag rising. Okay, well, the birth chart sale ends on the 22nd. $100, and you can trump it because of the whatever, $99, right? But if you want the big shebang, the 40 to 50 minute custom video summary mini movie of your life, along with audio transit recordings and videos of your planetary placements. That's normally $260. You get it for $200 because you're a Sag rising. Capricorn's a little bit different. It's going to be $100 and $205. But Sag, because she's a Sag moon. My mother-in-law is Sag rising. My grandfather was a Sag. Got a Sag cousin. 2 good friends, Sag. I got a lot of love for the Sag energy, even though I got nada nunca. Nothing is Sag. It's a clean slate, baby. Nothing. Nothing. So, see, that can be silly because I had a cup of tea and I had dinner, so I'm good. She takes great care of me.
You don't want to see him if he actually drinks. This is tea.
Yeah, this is just tea.
He doesn't drink.
Although I'm going to tell you, this has been not a hard year. This has been a great year, and I've worked really hard this year. New Year's, I'm gonna have a drink. New Year's Eve, and you know what? I may surprise everybody and just sneak on for a New Year's Eve short little live. I may just do that.
All right.
But this Friday, Debbie Solaris, 8 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. We're going to break down the galactic. She's the galactic historian. I renamed her the galactic guru. And she does the Akashic records. And, you've seen her on Beyond Belief and Gaia talking about aliens and stuff. She's amazing. She's been on my podcast twice. And she is, I'm honored to say, a friend now. And she will be on for the 3rd time this Friday for episode 180. Then next week, what is it next? Oh, so next Monday is Christmas. So I may not get back on until right before the new year, 29th or 30th, because then it's going to be family time. Okay. But I probably will finish the year 181. That's my goal. I may sneak in 182, but we'll see. So any other questions or comments?
That's it.
Okay, you guys, you ask? I'm here. Could ask about Mercury. You can ask about anything. I'm willing to rock for a couple more minutes. I'm not going to stay on if folks, don't have nothing. But I'm just so glad that you guys are here. And please come back Friday night. Debbie is a heavy hitter, and she's sweet woman. Another Taurus rising, like wifey.
I'm working on the graphic now.
And, I'm a Scorpio rising. So you want a Cap Moon, Virgo Sun, Scorpio rising doing your birth chart because you're going to get the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Oh, man. So I did that. I didn't do, I didn't do no like Freemason symbol. I didn't do that. I just did the heart and boom, boom. You know what I mean? So also, I will say this.
Air Hustler said the Mercury will be crossing my cadence. Or Succeedant?
Succeedant house?
Succeedant. No, Cendant. Cadence?
Cadent.
Cadent. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. How do you think that will look? Ascendant. We're crossing her ascendant.
Oh, okay. Well, in Cap or in Sag? Because it'll be different. Either way, when you have the Mercury on the ascendant, just so you know, it's in its planetary joy. So this is the introspection of kind of your own internal energy and how you are, upper jaw to crown chakra. So what's going on with your energy, your appearance, your outer mask? You know what I mean? Being introspective, analyzing and assessing. So it's really a time to look within. Now, obviously a little different with the Cap than the Sag. The Sag, it may be researching or planning an excursion or taking a class or wanting to learn something or even analyzing some of your beliefs and philosophies. Maybe you were like, guava melons are terrible. And then you're like reassessing and you're like, you know what? I'm about that melon life. I'm going to start eating some melons. You could do a 21-day fruit detox. Very purifying and cleansing for the body. I think I'm going to try doing something like that in 2024. The fruit detox. Yeah, just only eating fruits. 21 days. Oof. But I definitely can do it. We just got to get all the fruit, but it's really cleansing and purifying for the body.
But you know what? We should start with 3 because according to Dr. Arnold Earhart, you want to do 3 days and assess. And that's when your tongue becomes a magic mirror, because whatever that film is that you find on your tongue is what is going on with your internal organs, and how much, and it's a direct reflection of the mucus that's on your organs. And that's the same thing, like the mucus that we see on our tongue every morning. That's why you want to use that tongue scraper.
She sells those. Yep.
It mirrors what's on your organs. So imagine in your lungs, on your liver, in all of these areas. So
she's reading this book. It's good.
It's a fascinating book, and I'm becoming very convicted.
The name of it.
It is the mucusless diet, and I actually got the annotated version of the book. And so Dr. Earhart was born in like the 1870s or so, and he died under what people would call mysterious circumstances in 1922, as he was leaving an event that he spoke at, and his teachings were directly challenging the pharmaceutical, the dairy, and the meat industries. And on his way from leaving a packed house with, they say there was 100 people that were standing, because he filled up every seat in this theater that he was speaking at, that he left, was walking, this was in Los Angeles, and that he slipped and fell, hit his head, and died. And what they said was he slipped because his shoes were slippery. I suppose it could have happened, but
that sounds fishy.
Hi, Shelly. How are you?
Hey, Shelly. Shelly, thank you for commenting on all my videos. You know, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, you guys, please go watch my Cancer full moon video, which is December 26th. Okay, remember I said we got the Gemini moon for Christmas? Well, the Cancer full moon is at 4 degrees, almost 5 degrees, but it's at 4 degrees in like 58 minutes on 7:33 p.m. Eastern. So I did that video the other day. I think I did a pretty good job. And it's a trine to Saturn in Pisces and a sextile to Jupiter in Taurus. I called it spiritual security, spiritual karma, spiritual discipline. This could be interesting. There could be some retribution for those that have not been acting so nice lately. And remember what I told you, 2024, be on your best behavior. Instant karma with the 8-year.
So Marcy Holm.
Hey, Marcy.
She's
you're new. Welcome. Yes, nice to meet you, Eric Taylor.
And that's what she's saying. She's new to all this, and she's asking, can you recommend resources or a place to go to gain knowledge and terminology?
Oh, Marcy, I'm the place to go.
We're working on a workbook right now, Marcy. Yeah. It's an intro to, he's done 2 live courses, which are 9 weeks, but we have a workbook that we are about to launch that has a glossary, that has 9 lessons to teach you all of the basics of everything, all the foundations.
So you know what, Marcy, why don't you can email me at bigieastrology@gmail.com. But even a birth chart reading would be tremendously helpful. And the sales right now are great. We can meet over Zoom for 60 minutes. It's only $99.
But you could, and she can also start by looking at your
definitely
has so many, like, I don't know if you've looked.
Yeah, if you look through my playlist, you can see your entire birth chart.
Where should she start? Like, should she start with, like, maybe she tells you what her big 3 are?
Do you know? Well, she may not know it.
Okay.
Do you know your big 3, your sun, moon, and rising placements? Because if you do, I would start there on my playlist and just watch, the videos. I'm pretty thorough in explaining the energies, right? So like, let's say if you were an Aquarius sun, you can watch my original Aquarius sun video or my Aquarius sun sign secrets. So I have 2 different playlists. Okay. But make sure you guys are all liking this. And Marcy, you're new. Hopefully you subscribe. All you guys, please subscribe. Because sometimes I see that people comment, but they don't subscribe. So please subscribe to the channel. And do me a big favor when this is over. Just write a little comment. It helps in algorithms, not in the chat, but like when it's actually posted live, posted on the on my wall or whatever, because it helps the lives grow in the algorithms. And I so humbly, greatly appreciate it. But yeah, Marcy, do you know your birthday or your sun sign or anything like that? I mean, you may really be a newbie and don't know any placements, and that's okay. But I am not only a professional intuitive astrologer, I was a teacher. So I really teach to people at all levels. And I've had people in my class both times. I taught it last fall and this fall. Some people knew astrology pretty decently, and some were like brand spanking new. So I'm very, extremely used to teaching it on the very basic level to obviously the levels if people want to become a professional. I teach one on one classes. I also have a service that I'm really proud of called Astrological Life Coaching, where you can book a chart reading, and then first week we meet over Zoom. I break down your chart, and then the next 4 weeks we do a deeper dive, getting into all the aspects, the degrees, looking at the lunar mansions, just 3 houses at a time. So we meet, 60 minutes each week, and it's very psychological and
She knows
therapeutic.
she's a Leo,
Okay, you're a
and
Leo.
she thinks she's a Leo rising.
Okay, well that's great. So, that's really a powerful energy. And the Leo rising, depending on your age, let's say if you're a millennial, your Pluto could be in the 4th house, right? Um, but you're going to be somewhat of a person that naturally, and maybe if you know your moon, you can share that, but, you know, you're going to be someone that naturally is creative. You're into self expression. You may have a lot of hair or feline cat like features, the Leo rising. Some people think I'm a Leo rising with all this, but I'm not. I'm Scorpio rising. But you know what I mean? So the Leo energy is really dynamic. We have 2 sons that are Leos, and they're great. Messy children, but they're great. Full of energy.
Javanka's here.
Hey, Javanka. Are you ready for the Gemini moon on Christmas, Javanka? And the Mercury square Neptune and conjunct Mars? So listen, you guys, especially for some of you that just came, and I said it earlier, please, no arguments about these wars and occupations and religion and your beliefs and philosophies. The chart is screaming, avoid it, because it could get really ugly. It can be a lot of misinterpretations, misunderstanding, people arguing about a religion versus spirituality, like all types of stuff. I mean, even we got to watch out for it, right? So it's just important.
So Marcy was born in 77.
Okay, so then you're Pluto Libra. Okay, so your Pluto is in the 3rd house, right? In local community. Okay. So yeah, I suggest you email me biggieastrology@gmail.com, and I would love to be, your astrologer and introduce you to this ancient wisdom called astrology. It would be my honor and pleasure. And this is a great time to book chart services, natal birth charts, solar return, secondary progression, because the sale goes to New Year's Day, $99. I got $99 in a B ain't one. So it's really important, but just be mindful that this energy can be pretty explosive. When Mercury's conjunct Mars and Sagittarius, yeah, it could be great in a way. Maybe during the Christmas holiday you do some hiking, or you're going on a traveling and a vacation. It's great for moving and traveling, but it's also great for playing some sports or investigating, like, sometimes like Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or the day after, even if you're around relatives, everybody kind of is just tired and just lethargic, and you're just like on your laptop or computer. Well, then it's a great time to explore and research and learn something new, right? Maybe you sit down and just go through my channel and you're like, wow, he's got so many videos. I want to watch this. I want to watch that, and just absorb and learn. That's a Mercury Mars energy in Sagittarius, also squaring the Neptune. Okay. Squares can be very challenging. It can be agree to disagree, or it can be an opportunity for growth.
She said that's correct.
Yeah. Well, and also, I don't know if you have any younger siblings. but you can be very magnetic in your local community. Pluto Libra generation. It's hard, right? Pluto's your soul psychology, and you guys learn your life lessons and deal with your pain, trauma, and crises through the lens of relationships. Pluto Libra is either divorced once or never getting married. Some Pluto Libras I've met, I've done a lot of birth charts. I've only met like one or two that are married once and still happily married. And so I'm really happy for them. But it's an archetype that can very commonly create issues with the lens of relationships, okay? And sometimes even those relationships can be in the third house with your younger siblings, Marcy. Okay. So anybody else or anything else?
No, I'm putting together the graphic for when Debbie comes and visits.
Oh yeah, Javanka
What
and everybody.
specifically are you talking about?
We're talking about the galactic energy for 2024. What can we expect? Will we have Project Bloombeam? Will the aliens come and invade us? All these types of things. We're going to talk about, kind of false flags and Russia and China. And we're going to get deep. Debbie and I
had some good conversations. So if you have not seen them before, do watch
8 p.m. Eastern this Friday.
If anything kind of, Debbie is an amazing Akashic Records reader. She is also really into the alien and into all of the space exploration.
Palladians, Anunnaki.
All of that.
So, I'm going to ask her, like, what's up with the reptilians? Are they coming for us this year?
And she's very, very interesting. You can look her up on Gaia TV. You can
Beyond
see her
Belief.
there. And Beyond Belief, you can see her there. And she is just a really lovely person.
She's also here on YouTube and Instagram, Debbie Solaris. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
And
I'm looking forward to it.
Ear Hustler says I'm a progressed Aries, so to start new things.
Progressed Aries, yeah.
She's ready to start.
Well, you should be, because you have the North Node there, the January 11, 2025. So it's a great time to be alive and strive. Never take a dive. Okay, go for it. Don't accept no. This is your year. Okay, so that's good energy, Ear Hustler. I like that. Your progress chart. Okay, Ear Hustler, I ain't mad at you knowing all the astrology stuff. So, I'll say this too. When you feel the shift, because the Mercury retrograde is about looking within, reassessing, analyzing. When it goes from Mercury to Sag, that energy changes because the Sag is debilitated. And it's more focused on kind of like the law and the masculine action, moving forward energy. Sag is on the go. It's all about moving, right? And when it's in Capricorn, it's more intuitive and receptive, and thinking about, what do I need to do to build, to make something, manifest into physical reality. Right. But it's more contemplative and introspective. In Sagittarius, it's the introspection is going to be harder for Mercury and Sag retrograde. But the way to do it is through exercise. Go for a walk, a hike, a bike ride. Right. So when Mercury's in Sag, there needs to be the movement. Okay. Remember, Sagittarius rules what? The hips and thighs. Get to moving. You'll see us. You'll know Sagittarius. They're on the cell phone. They're moving and talking. They cannot just sit still and talk. It is really hard for them to do that. It's almost comical. If you know a Sag sun or moon, you know what I mean? They very rarely will sit still. Even this one, she likes to gallivant when she's on the phone sometimes.
So Mercy says that she says, okay, awesome. She'll email you and thank you so much. And she loves Debbie Solaris.
Oh, good.
And
all right. Well, then I hope I see you here Friday night. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And we're gonna get into the galactic and the aliens, you guys, all that good stuff. So, well, any last questions before I go? And definitely email me. Listen, take advantage of the holiday special, $99. And if you don't want to ask live questions and you just want me to just regurgitate, boom, 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 just drop it. It's still very good. Audio chart reading, only $70. You can't beat it. You can even gift that to somebody. Okay, so this is the time to buy the holiday gifts.
Cool Christmas gift because it's something that's truly unique and custom to the person. You know what I mean? What could be better than learning about yourself at the beginning of not just a new year, but like we are in a whole new energy. We're beginning a new energy and
Pluto going into Aquarius. The universal 8 year. Yeah, this is bigly. It's a big time. So this would be a great gift to give to somebody. And obviously the live birth chart reading, 99, and then the moon tracking, 134, but you get the free audio transit of the current and future transits, looking at Jupiter, Gemini, Pluto, Aquarius. Okay. And that's transits that are happening, in your natal birth chart. So plus you get to learn about your moon, emotions, body, intuition, health, family, through all 12 houses, all up in the world. Mm-hmm. All right, you guys. I'm going to get ready to say goodbye. Any last comments?
Thank you. No. Thank you for coming on and for sharing some time with us. We can't wait to see you. Bye.
Yeah. Episode 179, Knowledge is Love, Mercury Retrograde. And I will see you Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. For episode 180 with Miss Debbie Solaris. Have a great rest of the week, you guys. Happy holidays. Email me, biggieastrology@gmail.com. And go please sign up for my newsletter on my new website, biggieastrology.com. But all the sales, you got to email me directly, and then you can pay through PayPal, Cash App. I don't have the sales set up on the website yet. I'm still learning how to work everything, but the new website is up. So go check it out and sign up for the newsletter.
Thank you, Ear Hustler. Ear Hustler says thank you. Good night. Thank you for spending time with us.